Hey guys, it is Saturday evening here in the Philippines, so I am going to do another free-for-all weekend video because I just got in the newer case of retro entertainment cars for 2021. I think it's case B. By now in the States it may be case C, but this is new for me here, so I figured I would share it with you guys. I bought the case solely for one car, and that would be the Skyline here, and then you have your Kitt Super Pursuit mode. These are the two that I plan on keeping from this set. These are the other three that come with it. The one I think is probably the most sought after one of the set, the Koenigsegg Agera R, and then you have your two 80s cartoon rides, the Thundercats Thunder Tank, and then the Battle Ram from Masters of the Universe. Oh, I used to call it just He-Man. But anyways, these two are kind of cool and nostalgic, but not sure if I would have put them in like the retro entertainment cars and rides. I figured they would stick more with movie cars, but throughout the years they've been making these little tanks and spaceships and things like that from other shows and kind of lost the real rider thing. As you can see on this guy here, it just says metal on metal with no real riders, whereas this one does have metal on metal and real riders, as you see on the right hand of the card. So let's go ahead and start with one of these guys. And then I'll put these off to the side because we're going to open all of them and take a closer look at them and see all the details and such. So this is a tank I remember as a kid. I may have even had this as a kid because I'm an 80s kid, but I remember watching more or less like, if you're talking about the action cartoons, maybe G.I. Joe and Transformers. Also Mask was one that I really liked, where the cars converted from like classics into battle prepped like war cars. That was a cool show. Thundercats I watched occasionally. Same thing with Masters of the Universe, but wasn't a huge fan. But I do remember this tank because it looks like a kitty cat lying down. So anyways, let's get him off the card and take a better look at him. Really nothing to show on the back of the card, just all your licensing stuff as usual on the retro entertainment stuff. No rundown on the show. Just says Thundercats Classic with the Thundercats emblem, and that's it. So let's get him off the card and take a better look at him. And bear with me for 1 second, guys, because I had these open the other day, kind of just resealed them with tape so I could show them to you in their packages. So there is the Thunder Tank, and it is pretty cool. As you can see, the little arms work up and down, move up and down, and it is all metal. It's quite heavy, but no rubber tires. The tank tracks are not even rubber, not functional, just has these little clear wheels on the bottom. So cool if you're a Thundercats fan, and it does roll pretty good. I mean, not bad. But anyways, I wasn't a huge fan of the show, so I'm not going to be keeping this one, but it is a very cool piece. They did a nice job on it. Next on the agenda, let's go with Kitt, because I brought out my earlier release regular Kitt to correspond with this one, because I forgot this came in the case. I actually thought it was the regular Kitt, just another reissue of this one, but since it's the Super Pursuit mode, this is the second one from the case I will be keeping, because this was my all-time favorite as a kid. I watched the A-Team, I watched the Fall Guy and Dukes of Hazzards, but my number one favorite show in the 80s was Knight Rider. So really remember all the shows. I remember the season when they launched the Super Pursuit mode. So it was really cool. So really cool to see that they made the version of the Super Pursuit mode. I think this is the second issue of it in the Retro Entertainment series, but glad to see it again because I did not get it the first time around. So let's open this guy up and take a better look at him. And as a kid, I thought this stuff was like really, really cool. But nowadays, I mean, you can kind of think like, how would this make the car faster? Having this front like battering ram thing come out, and then front spoiler lifting up. Maybe the front spoiler, but not the big battering ram. Then you have the flares that popped out on the side of the fenders. Almost like the thing was going to fly or something. These little wings on the front fenders, the scoop coming out on the front fender, which I could see that being functional maybe. But the other stuff, maybe not. And then the rear bumper dropping down, and then the rear spoiler lifting up and such. So pretty wild looking, and it was so cool though to see this as a kid. I remember watching the episodes hoping that Kitt would use the Super Pursuit mode just so I could see the car transform into this. Really cool. It was the second best thing to like turbo boost button, when they would hit the turbo boost and jump over stuff. So really glad to have that one because it corresponds great with the regular Kitt. So regular Kitt and Super Pursuit mode Kitt looks dynamite together. Really dig that. Glad to have that. So let's go to the Masters of the Universe. And this is made, I think, more to look like the toy because it has like little buttons and things on it. I don't remember having this as a kid. I had some He-Man toys because I did watch it some. I had like the Skull Castle, He-Man himself, Skeletor, the little green tiger that He-Man rode. So I do remember some of the toys. This, as I said, may have had it, but I don't recall. So let's get him out and look at it, because it is quite a heavy casting, it feels like, holding it here. And as I said, the detail is pretty good, considering it's made after like a cartoon ride, and it's actually done pretty nicely. This front piece is like a separated piece on it. Not sure if it's supposed to fire or something, but I don't think so. I think it's just made to like simulate that it would be removable, like on the toy. I think that's what shot off when you would push one of these buttons. But anyways, pretty cool. And then over here, this is plastic. I'm not sure if that was like a button on the toy too. And such. Does have rubber tires, and as I said, it's quite a heavy little casting. So if you're not going to keep it, it would be a good wheel donor for a 4x4 truck with the blacked out stillies and the mudder tires. But they're not really big diameter, so it would have to be something that's not lifted too high. But very nice little casting, especially if you're a fan of Masters of the Universe. This is an exceptionally cool one. And as I said, the Thundercats one's pretty cool too. I just don't really dig the ones that you can't put rubber tires on, because they don't have tires for that matter. But this one I do kind of dig. It's pretty cool, rolls nice, looks cool. So goes well like with the series, looks like the toy, I guess, what I can recall. But yeah, these are pretty cool pieces to have if you're a fan of the cartoons. So I wish they would start doing some stuff for Transformers and Mask. That would be really cool, especially Mask. I would love to see some 1/64th versions of like the 57 Chevy where it popped up and had 6 wheels instead of just 2 wheels, and the GTO, I think it was like a 70 Goat they had, and there was all kinds of really cool cars in that show. I would love to see somebody start making die-cast of it, or even start remaking the 1/24 size toys again. So anyways, let's proceed, and we will do the Agera next. And this is the next installment in the Gumball Rally, Gumball 3000. The first one I think was the Subaru WRX STI, the older one, and then they had the Pagani Now I think it is this. There may have been another one between the Subaru and the Pagani. I don't remember. But they are occasionally releasing these Gumball 3000 cars, and really surprised to see the Koenigsegg. And that is really cool. As I said, I think this is the most sought after one of the case. For me, it's the Skyline, and I'm sure the Skyline falls in second or is tied with the Koenigsegg. The Koenigsegg, I think, is just sought after because of the casting. I think they lost the rights to it with Hot Wheels, and they didn't re-release it after the Need for Speed variant back a few years ago in the Retro Entertainment series. Then it appeared again this past year in the Boulevard series. Then we see it here in the Retro Entertainment series for a second time. So, pretty cool. Second release in the Retro Entertainment series. So let's get this guy off the card and take a better look at him. Yeah, I even ended up trading off my Tarmac Koenigseggs. As I said, the white one, the second release, was really nice with the way it rolled and everything. Very nice piece. But I'm just not a fan of the car itself. They're cool, and they have like a really good performance record. I mean, they are really kick-ass cars, but just not my cup of tea. I'm not really a big like exotic car fan, except for like the Liberty Walk Lambos from Mini GT. I do dig those, so I do collect them. But the Koenigsegg I was buying more and less to do unboxings on from Tarmac. But I was thinking about keeping the white one, but I ended up trading it for... I forget what I traded it for, actually. So, anyways, actually, that one I think I sold and then bought something else. But anyways, back to this one. Nicely done by Hot Wheels. I actually think this one's a little underscale, whereas Hot Wheels is usually a little bit bigger. I think this is a little bit smaller than it should be for 1/64, because the Tarmac one, I recall being just slightly longer than this. It has nice detail, nowhere near as nice as the Tarmac, so if you're looking for realism, the Tarmac is definitely the way to go. If you're looking for collectability and value at the moment, I would say Hot Wheels is the way to go. But Tarmacs may gain traction in the collector, like secondary market, but right now I think Hot Wheels still takes precedence in where it's the #1 collectible. Even though the Tarmac looks better, the Hot Wheels is still more collectible. So, cool piece. Especially if you're into the Koenigsegg. Really, really cool car. Heavy casting, too. So, pretty cool. So, last but not least is my favorite of the case. That is your Forza Horizon 4 Skyline Hako. Well, Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTX, but also known as Hako in Japan for box Skyline, or just box Hako, some people call it. Love this little car, always been a big fan of it. It's built on the same platform as the 240Z, so this is the smallest GTR of all of them. And it is the first, but it is very small. That's why the Hot Wheels one is a little oversized, but still beautifully done. And this one I love because it has all the details. Let's get him out and take a look at him. And it has the new wheels that they just released this year. I forget, I have a couple other cars with these wheels on it, and really dig them. They're like a 10-spoke, similar to the Watanabe, but they're a little bit bigger diameter. So they look a little bit different. Really love it. Like the paint job on this car. Looks pretty cool. Love this blue metallic. And as I said, the details are really cool. The headlight covers are painted. The intercooler's painted like another blue to match the headlight covers, which is cool, but the intercooler I think should be like silver to simulate aluminum. And this one I'm really surprised they're not using the cage in this one. Not sure if there will be a cage variant or a non-cage variant. I think they've done away with the cage interior bucket on the Hako. just to save some money, because I thought that would be the case with the Team Transporter and then the Fast and Furious Rewind, but all of them have been released with no cage and no other variants have been seen. So I'm assuming that the cage interior bucket is long gone. They will no longer be using it. So this is a really cool piece. My favorite by far is probably the JH1 release or the Boulevard release. I had to get the Boulevard release again from the original Boulevard series. That was a beautiful release because it looked more like a stock GTR. Silver with the black flares. Black style like Watanabes or dark gray. I cannot recall, but they looked really good. The overall car looked perfect. And that was the first premium release of that car. So, really great looking piece. But glad to see it back with the detailed front end and detailed tail lights. So, great looking piece. So, guys, let's move him out of the way there. Put the regular kit back up there so we can do an overall lineup of your Case B Retro Entertainment cars. And there they are, guys. That's what you're going to get in the Case B for 2021 Hot Wheels Retro Entertainment. Pretty good lineup. As I said, I have mixed emotions on these cartoon cars, but it's cool. It's nostalgic, especially if you're an 80s kid like myself. And then the other one, Kitt, that also corresponds with the 80s nicely. So actually these three pieces here go really well for like the 80s kid. These two are more modern. Well, the Skyline's old. It's like from 68 or to 71 when they ran that platform. But for the car culture in America and Hot Wheels, it's a more modern release. Koenigsegg is a more modern type of exotic car. But yeah, these go well with the 80s nostalgic feeling. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this, guys. I will be back again on Monday. And we're going to be taking a look at maybe Auto World or some more Hot Wheels. And they will all be premium stuff from Hot Wheels if we do look at Hot Wheels again on Monday. And then, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I left the icon here on the right. I left an icon here on the left for another unboxing video of some premium Hot Wheels stuff. So make sure you check that out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you enjoyed this one. And then I will talk to you guys on Monday. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for watching.